alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
Welcome, everybody, to the special bonus episode of the Bad Movie Cult podcast, our very first bonus episode. And what a treat.
What an absolute treat. What a bonus this really is.
It's the 1972 Richard Weiner film, Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny.
We with land work for happy little husbands and people work all day long. Making happy toys for girls and boys and taking this hat from sun. Santa watches over us when Santa is away. She makes sure our work is done in time for Christmas Day. She makes sure our work is done in time for Christmas Day.
Yes, that popular classic.
I first knew about this through the guys that did Mystery Science Theatre. They went on to do something called Riff Tracks, which is exactly the same sort of thing where they just riff bad movies. And this was one of the ones that they covered. And I could not believe my eyes when I saw it.
So you've actually had the enjoyment of somebody else talking over it?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't. I watched this, I don't know how long it took me, to be honest. Far too long.
I watched some of it and I was like, actually, I think we'll cover this. So I didn't watch all of it with riff tracks. And then I found the whole thing without the audio of the guys riffing it. And this took me, I think, 5 sit-ins to get through.
Yeah, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. Hated every second of this.
Did you hate it more than Santa with Muscles?
Yes, I did, yeah. I know that you said that I may have claimed that Santa with Muscles was the worst film we've ever covered, but fucking hell. This will take some beating, I tell you.
Got some taglines for you, Ken. You ready?
Oh, yeah, please. Yeah, I want to relive as much as I can.
What a story. What a daring rescue.
What a crock of shit. Next.
The amazing story of Santa in big trouble and his exciting rescue by the daring ice cream bunny. It's breathtaking fun for all.
Breathtaking?
That exciting rescue. He just fucking turns up in a car.
No, I don't like it. Next.
That's all of them.
Good.
I'm amazed they had 2.
That was far too many, to be honest with you.
IMDb rating 1.3 out of 10.
Yep.
That's our lowest.
I doubt we'll get much lower than this. Honestly, this is the worst film I've seen for a long, long time.
Rotten Tomatoes rating 12%.
Mm-hmm.
The weird thing about this film is it's 2 films, isn't it? It's a film within a film.
Yeah, it's awful. It's got nothing to do with Santa, and it's got nothing to do with the ice cream bunny for most of this bloody film. Ice cream bunny, what the fuck what was that?
Yeah, Jesus.
This entire film, right? This entire film could be summed up from the Fatal Deviation clip that I hope you're going to play now.
I've even written it in my notes.
So have I. All the time I've written it. Every time another character turned up, I've written, what the fuck is this now?
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, it was the 1970s Thumbelina film by a different director to who directed the wraparound bits. Just to increase, because this film should have been 10 minutes long.
Well, it is.
Well,
unfortunately, there's another hour-long film in the middle of it. It's totally irrelevant to everything else.
I've got the plot. Santa Claus attempts to free his sleigh from the sands of Florida whilst being assisted by local children.
I attempted to free myself from the sands of time during this bloody thing. I don't think we need a plot. Let's just tell everyone what happens. No one's going to watch this shit. They might as well just tell them. Let's unravel the story as we go.
Yeah, it is on YouTube as well, if anyone dares to watch it. Just in time for Christmas.
And to be honest, you bloody idiots. Honestly, I'm putting that we're doing this. Hopefully you've read the warnings against watching the film in the promo to this podcast episode.
My first note is this looks like a snuff film.
It does, yeah. Yeah, it's horrible. It's a horrible quality film. And it's like, it's just some kids all singing together.
This looks like it was directed by the Manson family or something.
Yeah. And their kids are in it,
Yeah.
all growing up on the ranch, dressed up as elves and shit.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, the singing, like, as well. This thing as well, we didn't mention it, is a musical.
Even better.
Tra-la-la-la, oh, where is Santa Claus? Tra-la-la-la, Santa isn't here. Tra-la-la-la, we'll just have to work some more. Tra-la-la-la-la, Santa's never been late before. Oh, where is Santa?
Is that the song you sing on Christmas Day to your kids, Ken?
Yeah, I do the whole thing. And I have a little instrumental section in the middle where I just stare awkwardly at everybody.
They come downstairs, no presents under the tree.
And then I repeat the same bit, which is what happens in every song in this. They sing a bit, then they sort of like have a bit of a stop where they just stand there or walk around a bit. And then they sing again at the end.
Mm-hmm.
All of it's painful.
They all go to the window because they see the reindeer. But where the hell's Santa?
Yes, they see some stock footage of reindeer.
Yeah, in the lush, the lush
in the
greenery
It's beautiful weather, isn't it? Yeah.
of the North Pole.
Yeah, they can't even get proper stock footage of one in snow. None of the kids seem to know the bloody words to the song either. They all like sort of singing different songs to each other. And this is the start. This is what's supposed to get you gripped. Yeah. Where is Santa Claus? That's what you're all wondering. That's what the kids are wondering.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, I'll tell you where he is. He's in fucking Florida on the beach. So let's join him.
Santa's literally just like wafting air into his face with his hand, which is what he does the whole film, to be honest. He doesn't do much else, except for a song.
Oh, woe is me. Oh, woe is me. Who will set old Santa free? Who will give me a helping hand and get my sleigh out of the sand? My reindeers left me sitting here. It was just too hot for them, I fear. My predicament lacks its usual cheer, because Christmas Day will soon be here. Who will help me? Who will set me free? If my friends knew where to find me, they would be here. 1, 2, 3. So here I sit, patiently, stuck in the sand. Oh, woe is me, looking and waiting for someone to get my sleigh out, for day is done.
Yeah, but he doesn't speak at all, does he, the actor?
No.
It's not him. It's not him, is it?
No,
He doesn't speak. He doesn't act. It's kind of like he's acting knowing that he's not speaking. So he's trying to convey what somebody else will dub over the top by miming things. And he's doing it really over the top, which is what they all do throughout this.
A 70s film as well. So I'm guessing acid must have been consumed in large amounts, especially by this guy. He just starts flailing his arms around.
Yeah, I was going to pour some acid in my bloody eyes after this.
He starts singing like a drunk person. My note is the song is 1 minute 20 seconds long and it feels like weeks.
Yeah, because there's a little gap in the middle where he waves his hand and does nothing, and then he sings it again.
With clips of kids.
Yeah, what the hell is going on with these kids? It's basically like a warning video of this is like just before an accident happens. It stops.
Yeah.
It just freeze frames before somebody dies. And all the way through it, I was thinking, oh, they're dead. And then it cuts to somebody else doing something, and I think, well, they're dead as well. There's a couple of kids skipping.
Yeah.
That just cuts when you think, right, okay, they've tripped over and smashed their face into the ground. There's a dog jumping through a hula hoop, which you assume I don't know, just either breaks its neck, attacks its owner, or shags it. There's a kid just jumps off a roof with a parasol. Well, he's dead. That cuts just before he hits the deck. There's a frisbee And that cuts just before he activates the razor blade frisbee bit and severs Shade's neck.
Rowdy.
Yeah, nice ass pilgrim. or some such shit.
Santa falls asleep as soon as he's done, and in his dreams, he calls out to the children to come to him. It's quite sinister.
Yeah, but by their names as well.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's creepy, that bit.
It is very much.
Scotty, Steve, Bobby, Rebel, Sammy, girl.
There's a load of kids there arriving on the beach, and they're thinking of ways to help Santa get his sleigh off there. And
yeah, so Santa just says, help me out, and they all disperse again. And you think, right, they've gone to fetch an adult or some sort of like emergency service.
Yeah,
No.
one suggests getting a plane back to the North Pole, which is probably the best idea of the whole film.
Yeah, and it should have just ended there. He says, "Oh yeah, actually, I will. Thanks."
Yeah, and one of the girls manages to get a full-size gorilla. That's the first thing they go with.
Yeah, you hear it before you see it. And you hear it far too long before you see it. It's just like, what the hell? It's really like some sort of porno scene going on in the background. Again, I watched this at work. And I had to just keep stopping it because it's just like the sound alone was awful. Yeah, and it's a fucking ape. I don't know where the hell has she got an ape from?
So last week it was watching Hulk Hogan dressed as Santa. This week it's a girl leading a gorilla by the hand down the beach.
A man in an ape suit. Yeah, where's she got an ape?
I don't know, but that's the first thing they go with.
We'll ignore it's a man, obviously. We'll ignore it's a bloke in a suit, but it's supposed to be it's an actual gorilla. So where the fucking hell she got that from? It's on a beach in Florida. Do you have gorillas? If you're out there from Florida and listening, do you just have gorillas sat about on the beach?
Patrolling the beach.
At Christmas?
Trying to help people who have stranded on their cars or sleighs. I bet that
Fair play
happens
if you
all the
do.
time.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's quite exciting if you do. I'd imagine that's America all over.
We've got quite a few listeners in Florida, actually. So, yeah, let us know, guys.
let us know. Let us know how many apes you've got on the beach this Christmas.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
I like how Santa at no point gets off the sleigh to help anybody or to move the sleigh.
Oh, yeah, it might help if he makes it a bit lighter, yeah, but no, he doesn't. Anyway, the ape, no, of course it can't move it. It's ridiculous. Then we get a mule. Some kids lead a mule in who's very reluctant to be in the film.
Yeah, doesn't want to be there at all, does it?
Rightly so. That is resisting absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Santa, of course, he does try and help just by saying, "That's right, back it in." And he says that far too many times in the next 5 minutes, which is a long 5 minutes of just watching various animals nearby.
Yeah, we get a tiny pig. So the donkey and the gorilla didn't work. So maybe a small pig.
I've written a bastard pig.
Yes.
That's what I've written. I think who's brought a bastard pig over to try and move a sleigh? Idiots.
Yeah, and a sheep.
A fucking sheep. Yeah, I've written a fucking sheep. I was very angry watching this.
I can't imagine you'd be able to do any of this shit on film now. The animals look absolutely devastated that they've got to do this.
Yeah, and my question on all of this was, where the fucking hell are these kids just getting animals from?
Yeah, because we get a cow.
Yeah, there's a huge cow turns up. Then there's a horse. Santa then finally gets off his sleigh and just tries to dig himself out very half-heartedly.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, I'll just end up dying. And if only he had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have been happy if he'd died there and then. And to be honest, watching it, I'd be happy if I'd have died there and then, because it only gets worse.
Yeah, it's I timed it 6 minutes of watching Santa and children trying to make animals walk backwards.
Yeah. And failing.
And finally, he needs to give the troops a morale boost because they're all upset because they've not been able to help. So he decides to watch a film with them.
Well, he starts telling them a story, and the story is about Thumbelina. Now, I don't obviously know Thumbelina because it says it's a story about Thumbelina, a girl who escaped her kidnappers, met Prince Charming, so never give up hope and believe and smile and all your dreams will come true. There you go. It's as simple as that. That's the story of Thumbelina. And to prove all that, we're now going to get a whole fucking film about Thumbelina wedged in the middle of this shit.
And it starts with the most horrible song. This just squawking this woman sounds. She starts way too high and has to go higher.
Yeah, I've written that. Cue really shit song.
Yeah.
Here it is.
A mouse would be as big as me, a crow my birthday cake. If I were Thumbelina, this world would be so new. I'd sleep inside a flower and bathe in the morning dew.
And it's this woman, she's walking around. This film was shot in a theme park called Pirates World that closed in 1975, not long after Disney World opened. That would have been a fucking kick in the bollocks, wouldn't it? Disney World opens across the road from your shitty pirate thing. Fun fact for you, though, Ken, they held live music gigs there at Pirates World.
Really?
Yeah. Do you want to hear some of the names?
Oh, I really do, yeah.
Led Zeppelin.
What?
Black Sabbath.
Oh, come on.
Deep Purple.
I was expecting you to just make some shit up here. This is ridiculous.
The Doors.
What?
And David Bowie.
Oh, my God. Pirates, tra-la-la. Is that what he said when he got there?
Got a request for you, Ken, if you could, seeing as it's Christmas.
Okay, yeah, I'm full of spirit as talking about this.
I'm going to send you something over to your phone now.
Okay.
Can you sing that in the style of David Bowie for me?
Oh, man. Put me on the spot like this. It's the Santa's song. Oh, woe is me, oh, woe is me. Who will set old Santa free? Who will give me a helping hand and get my sleigh out of the sand? My reindeer left me sitting here. It was just too hot for them, I fear. My predicament lacks its usual cheer, 'cause Christmas Day will soon be here. How's that, Viewers?
Much better than even I thought it would be. Well done.
Yeah, it was like a freaky dream.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Yeah, the Thumbelina song carries on anyway. We get some kids on the rides at Pirate World.
I actually wrote. It's like got credits and everything in this bit now. I actually wrote, "What the fuck is this now? Credits to what?"
Barry Mann's Thumbelina.
Yeah, there's a narrator, and it's I don't know. It's like there's a girl walking around. She goes into this little bit and she starts listening to a speaker telling her the story of Thumbelina. Every now and then we cut back to her So, like, but she can't see the film we're watching. So what? She just stood still for 50 minutes.
Yeah, she basically goes into a room full of it's like a miniature exhibit, isn't it?
Yeah, but nothing's happening there.
No, it's just little rooms, isn't it, that she's looking at.
That's a long time to just be wandering about there. There's only one bit as well. So you just stay still.
Welcome to the fairyland of Hans Christian Andersen. I am going to tell you the story of Thumbelina, because this little girl, who was only 2 inches tall, you will look at the models on the table. They will give you an idea of the places she visited during her adventures. Thumbelina's mother was really an aging spinster who was unable to have children of her own. She wanted ever so badly to have someone to love and to care for, so she finally decided to do something about it.
Well, she says, I'm getting tired of being lonesome. I know, maybe I'll go and see the witch and she'll bring me a little girl. So,
yeah, some old woman.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it, to think. Maybe that's why she's lonesome, because she always assumes just going to the witch will solve all of her problems.
But the witch says, I will give you a seed to grow your own daughter, but you must treat her well or look after her or some shit.
Yeah, the witch lives in a cave. She sings a song as well about nothing. Wanders about, picking up fucking nothing either and putting it in a hole. That's her spell. That's all she does there. The old woman says, I didn't want to be lonely, but I wanted a husband, but nobody would have me. She's a real sad case, this woman.
Yeah. You're knocking around with a fucking witch.
Yeah, but
No
then she does basically reveal my Christmas list as well. She says, all my heart, I would like a beautiful young blonde-haired girl. And I thought, yeah, same here, love. But I'm not going to a witch to get one.
Should say at this point that by young Ken means legal.
Well, of course. I'm so old now that young could mean 30.
Yes.
So, yeah, back off, lawyers.
After the whole Mila Kunis debacle in the last one.
You told me you'd cut all that. You stitched me up every episode.
Last year I turned an ugly toad into a prince real quick. And now for you I'm gonna do an even better trick. Sow a little seed, grow a little princess. 12 new pennies make your wish come true. From a little seed comes a little princess. That's what magic can do.
Thumbelina grows out of a flower from that seed.
Yeah, she says, she's perfect. But obviously she's not fucking blonde. Huge error.
She's also like 2 inches tall, so probably the hair colour was the least of her worries, but she seemed okay with it.
Yeah. And to show us this, they green screen her giant mom right behind her, which looks fucking terrible. Her size, it really does fluctuate, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Because there's lots of different characters in this now, different animals, none of which are the same size. But in this, all of them are. She says her life was perfect. By that, she describes, my bed was a walnut shell and my playthings were kitchen utensils. Life was perfect. Isn't that just perfection?
Sounds comfy, doesn't it, for a bed, a walnut shell?
How big's a walnut? Really fucking small, yeah? Yeah, more on that later.
Oh, to hook the listeners in. All you walnut fans out there.
Yeah, well, it's Christmas.
We get the first of the nightmare-inducing people in animal suits now. We get a frogman who looks fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I've also written what the fuck at this point. Yep.
Frogman. We get a frog mom. They've basically kidnapped Thumbelina. They don't see it.
No, he says ribbit, and then he says,
yeah,
he says it again as well, in case you didn't hear him. And then he says, sugar done.
Thumbelina's new life was to be threatened by a frog whose mother was searching for a wife for her son.
I can hardly wait. My mother's getting me a wife. All this time I've been doing nothing but sitting by the pad going ribbit, ribbit. Or sometimes
When I get bored, I go, chugga run. What I need is a little girl. Oh boy, that's what I need, all right. Wonder where my mother is. She's gotta hurry.
Basically, they've kidnapped Thumbelina so that the son can have her as a wife.
Yeah, why not?
And the mum who promised to look after Thumbelina is so upset. Upset?
Sean Connery's popped in. He was also upset by this.
She's so upset that she's vanished that, I don't know, she sits down.
Yeah, she makes another cup of tea with Sean Connery. Spinster. That's what he says when he comes in. Where's this?
Stick it up your fanny.
Where's this tiny girl? Tom, that's an unusual out of context thing to say, isn't it?
No one will know what I'm on about, would they?
Sure. Do you want me to explain, or are you just happy to cut it out?
No, I'll leave it in. It's Christmas.
Excellent.
That's what it's...
Yeah, it is. It's what Christmas is all about. Stick it up your fanny.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
I have no idea what these three things are.
No, I thought they were birds, but later on, when she recaps the whole fucking thing we've just watched, she mentions they're bugs.
Yeah, they got 4 arms. They got like black beaks, butterfly wings that are black, and they're wearing like stripy Victorian swimming shorts.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea. And they just hop into scene, don't they?
Yep, they just wander about the place.
And the acting is superb from all of these people right now.
I'm hungry. Let's get some nice bugs to eat. All right. I'm going over this way.
I'll go that way.
I'll stay around here. My, what a funny-looking bug you are.
I am not a bug. I am a person. I'm a little girl. My name is Thumbelina.
That cannot be true.
But we do get another song. And basically, if you are scared, just say fiddle-dee-dee and everything's fine. That's the moral of that song. Yeah, it takes about 3 minutes for that to get through to you, but that's the song. It's bloody awful.
Oh, is this for scary?
Fiddle-dee-dee, when I'm as frightened as can be, I sing fiddle-dee-dee, 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 fiddle-dee-dee. No one can ever bother me if I sing fiddle-dee-dee, fiddle-dee-dee. It's just a funny little song. It doesn't mean a thing, but when everything goes wrong, I raise my head and sing. Fiddle-dee-dee, fiddle-dee-dee, give it a try and you'll agree. It helps to sing. Fiddle-dee-dee, 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 fiddle-dee-dee.
She walks off shot, and that's the end of that bit.
Yep, she says she survives by eating berries and nuts.
Yeah, drinking her own piss.
Yeah, well, we've all done that. I drank her piss for quite a while.
I remember.
Yeah, I didn't have to.
There's a good line here that I wrote down.
Oh, go on.
I'm very happy to have escaped a marriage to a frog.
Yeah, I think she had that tattooed, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the actual story of Thumbelina?
I don't know. I don't know because
boring,
I can't remember. I can't remember her being kidnapped. I thought it was they were getting mixed up with the Liam Neeson new film.
Taken.
Yeah, all of them.
Then we get to winter and there's snow, and it turns out the narrator who was speaking through the speakers at the beginning, she's done a bad movie cult classic, and she's cast herself in the story.
Yeah, it works. It works, an absolute treat. What's she cast herself as, Dom?
Well, Thumbelina knocks on a little door, gets let in, and it turns out it's a mole. It's a female mole.
It is. It's Mrs. Mole.
And Thumbelina
says, "What the fuck is going on now?"
Yeah, so what the fuck are you? Yeah, look like a mole. Look like nightmares.
Look like smoke.
Yes, in a shawl. And she tells Thumbelina, you want to give up wanting to see the outside world and stay here and concentrate on how good it would be to be a wife to an amphibian.
Yeah, you need a man, is basically what she's saying.
This movie ambles from sort of one marriage proposal to another, it seems. We meet Mr. Digger.
Yeah, I was unsure what his name was, to be honest.
And he also tries to make her his wife.
Yeah, but not for a bit. There's a little bit of back and forth where she naively doesn't realise what's happening, even though it's pretty obvious.
That he's leading her deeper and deeper into his cave.
Yeah, Mrs. Mole, you have nothing to fear from Mr. Digger.
Yeah.
It's like, well, who said I did? What the hell? So it's weird, isn't it? You don't often get told you have nothing to fear from people unless you actually do. It's not the immediate thing, is it? It's like, usually it's like, oh no, he's nice. You'll get on with him, but you have nothing to fear from him. We didn't burn him. It's a bit too much of a protestation.
Yeah, and I guess we're supposed to assume that Mr. Digger's like much older, isn't he? Like he's got glasses on the end of his nose, like the Wombles.
Great Uncle Bulgaria.
Yeah, it looks a bit like him.
Here's a fact. Great Uncle Bulgaria came third in our head boy vote at school.
Very good. Some stiff competition.
Yeah, well, he wasn't in the even in the shortlist. So there you go. So, he must have made an impact.
Came out of nowhere.
I came fourth and I wasn't in the shortlist either.
You lost to a imaginary puppet.
Yes, to a fictional Womble-style character, yeah.
God, you sound popular.
Hey, that's why I told you I wasn't even shortlisted.
Yeah.
That's more popular than people who were shortlisted, so fuck them, okay?
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
So it's basically like an older man, but I guess older mole man telling Thumbelina what a beautiful little girl she is. It's unpleasant.
He's a fine gentleman. You have nothing to fear from him.
Yeah,
just remember that all the way through. There's nothing to fear from Mr. Digger.
We see a dead bird that's died from the cold, and the old mole decides that it's fine that he's dead because it's an ugly creature anyway.
Yeah, he bloody hates it. He hates that bird's corpse.
And Thumbelina agrees to marry Mr. Digger as a favour to the old mole woman she just met for some reason. I don't know why.
It is very odd. We get to see where Mr. Digger lives. He says he likes it underground because it's nice and dark. But he's got a chandelier, which is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why has he got one of them? That's got nothing to do with darkness whatsoever.
No.
He says, I got this chandelier from an old chateau in France. The stove was made by the finest Dutch craftsmen. The rugs were woven, and there's some paintings by the old masters. It's like, what? He's a fucking mole. Who the bloody hell is making furniture for moles?
No. He's also got one of those machines that shags you. Just offset to you can't really see it.
Yeah. Mole shagger. Or something, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Mole Shagger 5000, I think it is. It's the upgraded model.
Yeah. Shafter.
Perhaps later.
Yeah. Yeah, say hello from me.
I wouldn't think a person like you could be lonesome. You have everything you need. I'm the one who's lonesome.
A pretty thing like you lonesome? How could that be? A beautiful child with everything to look forward to, and you're unhappy. Come here, my dear. A charming young lady like you should not be forced to face this life alone. From the moment I met you, Thumbelina, I have been enchanted by your charm. I know now that I am nothing except a lonesome old man. But I do have everything you need, more than enough money to last you all your life. Thumbelina, will you marry me and live here with me?
Marry you? Why, Mr. Digger, you just met me today.
Please, Thumbelina. I know I'm not handsome or young, but you must think of your future.
A quick question for you, Ken. What the fuck has any of this got to do with Christmas?
Absolutely nothing. It's got nothing to do with anybody. This is totally fucking irrelevant. That's why I couldn't understand what was happening.
We get another song anyway. It's Who'd Want to Be a Mole Wife?
It was very popular back in the 70s, that song.
Yeah. She nurses the dead bird back to life by putting a blanket over it. And I like this, the old mole woman says, why don't you go outside? Because you won't be allowed to ever once you marry Mr. Digger.
Now that you've agreed to marry a mole, you fruitcake.
Who would want to be a mole's wife and live here underground? Who would want to lead a mole's life where flowers are never found? I
Thumbelina, she's sad the bird flew away. She tells the mole woman she is, and the mole woman just says, well, just be glad it's your wedding day tomorrow. Anyway, she goes outside for the last time before she marries Mr. Digger, and the bird she saved, it flies up to her. Well, I say flies up, he walks on set.
It's now just a man in a bird suit stood there.
Well, he's like bent over, isn't he?
Yeah.
Looks like he's got a bird pinata on. Thought expecting some kids to turn up and start hitting him with baseball bats.
Crossed my mind.
He offers to help her for saving his life, and he promises to come back and tell the mole people that Thumbelina went to find a place to live with people that would suit her more. And her line is great. She says,
Yeah.
I don't want to hurt Mr. Mole's feelings or insult him. Just tell him I left to find a better husband elsewhere.
Yes, that poor Mr. Digger. He's even he's talking to himself elsewhere, Mr. Digger, and he's just saying, what does he say about himself? Yeah.
He says it's probably because I've got a little mole penis.
That's what he says. Yeah.
Yes, it is mental, isn't it? To be honest,
it's very, very unusual because she doesn't seem to realise that that he's a mole.
No.
It's like, she says, I know he's an older man. He's like, yeah, and he's a fucking mole. Yeah, but he is rich.
Yeah, he lives in a hole.
This is like he's a fucking mole. What the hell?
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Kingdom of the Flower Children. This is what we hear next, which sounds, you couldn't get more 70s than that, could you?
I also wrote, what the fuck we got going on here?
Yeah, we get a recap of the last 40 minutes, though, anyway, first, as you were saying earlier.
She talks us through what's happened already that we've just sat through. We get to see a little bit again.
And then she turns up at the flower people's place and people staring at her through petals. And there's a guy there, another chat up line, it sounds like anyway, he says, history books.
He just tries the same thing Mr. Digger was trying.
Yeah.
You're finally here. Our history books have said that someday the rightful queen of the flower children would come. Her name would be Thumbelina, and she would become my wife.
All that is in your history books?
It is true. I have waited a long time, Thumbelina, but now I see you are as beautiful as the book said you would be. Will you marry me and be my queen?
But I don't know you. I just arrived. Can't I live here a bit till I find out if I will like it and like you?
Forgive me. I've waited so long. But now stay with us a while, and I'll ask you again.
Thank you. For the first time, I feel happy. I know I will like it here. This is where I belong.
It's like, sounds like you've made that up.
To be honest, she questions that. She put, well, your history book said all that. And I was thinking, exactly. Well, it's not history, is it, if it's going to happen? That's not what history is. It's quite the opposite of history.
And he says, yep.
Pretty much. How's about it, Toots?
Gets out of his flower. They all sing a fucking song, which is like harmonies in this one. Like fucking
terrible ones.
Yep. And she ends up marrying him.
Thumbelina was with her own kind. She knew she could live with the flower children forever. So she agreed to marry and become their queen. Mr. Bird saw the wedding and flew back to tell us all about it.
We'll be happy ever after, you and me. Happy ever after, little bird, will sing a happy song. Know at last you're home where you belong. We will stay happy ever after, every day. Filled with joy and laughter, leave your sadness in the past. It's happy ever after, at last.
The credits roll, and I thought, oh, thank fuck for that. It's the end of the film.
And it said another film from Pirate World. It was just like, what the fuck? You mean they've made others?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Apparently, this same film has a different edit. Instead of Thumbelina, it's Jack and the Beanstalk.
Because he's Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan and the Beanstalk.
Oh, what a great film. Oh, yeah,
pitch.
I'm writing that down for another film, and not this one. I've got a Christmas one for this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got that down, though.
It's about as much Christmassy as fucking Thumbelina was. It was just watching a mole try and shag her. What could be more Christmassy than that?
For half an hour. When was the last time anyone else watched a mole try and shag something for half an hour? Hey, it's because it's Christmas. That's why we're doing it.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Back to Santa, he sums it up by
saying, anyway, fuck that.
Yeah, believe in good things and good things will happen. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to teach him, to be honest.
I don't think it's got anything to do with that, has it?
No.
What's Jack and the Bean? He round that off Jack and the Beanstalk with the same thing, does he?
Yeah, I think so.
Believe good things and you can kill giants.
Yeah. It probably actually fits a bit more than just don't get raped by an animal.
By small rodents.
Anyway, the kids fuck off anyway.
It's now 1 hour 23 into the fucking film and Santa's finally come back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not been in it for an hour. It's fucking ridiculous.
And he falls asleep.
And as you may have noticed, the ice cream bunny in the title hasn't fucking been in it at all.
But wait.
Yeah, but hold your bastard horses.
In the words of Fatal Deviation.
What the fuck is this?
Because rolling in on an old fire engine.
I actually wrote, what the fuck is this now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is a guy in a massive white rabbit suit with all the kids on there.
Playing an air raid siren.
Yes.
And driving really slowly.
Thought War Pigs was going to start playing.
They've played Pirate World.
The ice cream bunny, he's driving through the amusement park very slowly. Santa wonders what the sound is for about 5 minutes.
So did I for about 5 minutes. I was like, fucking hell's going on? I had this on like volume at work and people were just staring at me because all they can hear is just a noise.
And the kids start singing a song as an air raid siren drowns them out, which I preferred, to be honest. I wish that happened through the whole fucking film. I'd have preferred to listen to that.
Oh, woe is me. We will set old Santa free. We will give him a helping hand and get his sleigh out of the sand. The reindeer's left him sitting here. It's just too hot for them we fear. His predicament lacks his usual cheer. The Christmas day will soon be here. We will help him. We will set him free.
Anyway, he turns up, gets out the fucking truck.
He winks.
Oh, sorry, winks.
He winks and nods because he says, it's my old friend, the ice cream bunny. You know, Santa and his friends.
Yeah.
And then all the kids start nodding like absolute fucking idiots.
And he offers Santa a lift back to the North Pole on his fire engine. It might take a while.
Yeah, he says, now what are we going to do? Will we do it? And all that. And, you know, it's the 20th of December. Oh, it's not much time. And of course we'll do it.
Yeah, it goes up to 5 miles an hour, that thing. You'll get there in time.
You get to see a very odd scene of the ice cream bunny's feet between Santa's legs. I'm not sure what the hell's going on in that bit, but the ice cream bunny's kind of doing a little dance, and Santa's got a power stance going on.
Santa's telling him to back it up.
Back it right up.
Jingle Bells plays on kazoos.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, and then they just drive off.
But wait a minute, Ken, you've forgotten something.
Have I?
Santa's sleigh. It's still stuck in the sand.
That's right. And I thought, well, why didn't they just fuck off an hour ago then?
My last note is it disappears back to the North Pole, awaiting Santa's return, and renders the whole film pointless.
Yes.
The end.
Thank fuck for that.
I was Thumbelina, and just 2 inches tall. This world would be so different, but I wouldn't mind at all.
Thank you for listening.
What do you reckon, Ken?
Absolutely diabolical.
This ranking in your favourite Christmas films?
No. It's barely mentions Christmas, and it's excruciating. It really is.
Mm.
Yeah, total hatred for this.
Quite right too.
I paused it every couple of minutes. I walked off from it. I left it playing and walked off. I could still hear it, but you know, I refused to sit and watch it.
Yeah.
And I watched all of this at work again, so I was just there. It was just mind numbing. I'd rather have just carried on working. which, to be honest, is what I should have been doing. But, fuck it, it's Christmas, isn't it? It's Christmas.
I mean, if you like Santa's on acid, bestiality, and a paedophile dressed as a rabbit, then this is the film for you.
And to be honest, who doesn't? I mean, you've just ticked off a little list in my head. Unfortunately, this film doesn't do any of those things credit.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
You got a film pitch for us?
Yeah, well, I said I had.
Go on then. What's the fucking film pitch?
Nah, I was joking. I haven't.
All right. Bye, everybody.
No, I've got something somebody mentioned on Twitter. Actually, so somebody just posted it. It was just an innocent question. So, no, they didn't directly ask me. No, of course not. I just hijack other people's posts because they're more popular than me. So,
yeah,
I just join in.
Is it Uncle Bulgaria?
No, are you going to make me look up who it was? Are we name checking?
It depends if it's any good.
You're going to edit it out. If this film pitch is shit, you're editing it out.
If it's shit, we're keeping it in. If it's good, we're saying it was us.
Okay, so it was at Rains Hook. They asked the question, who has not played Ebenezer Scrooge that you think would be superb in that role?
Okay.
And I think it was aiming at like proper actors and all that. And I threw straight away.
Who I think you're going with.
Straight away, I threw in Carl Weathers.
Yeah, absolutely.
and because I ignored other people with their obvious attempts at this would be good actually, wouldn't it, if they played Ebenezer Scrooge? And I thought, well, Carl Weathers would be brilliant.
Yeah.
And then they threw a couple of quotes back. That old ghost ain't getting no rematch and stuff like that. And then I thought we could have Dolph Lundgren as Tiny Tim.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So I thought he could be in.
Who's
and then
Bob Cratchit?
Well, that was it. We just kind of just recast the whole film.
Okay, then.
And I think that's what we should do. It's a classic story, so we haven't got to write anything. It's the story's there for everyone.
Yeah. Let me get the cast list up.
Well, we've got Carl. I thought I was going to go for Marley, his ex-partner.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Ebenezer, you son of a bitch. Yeah. And then he's just like, what? My death got you pushing too many pencils?
Of course, yes. Liking it so far. Who else we got then? Bob Cratchit. Poor downtrodden Bob Cratchit.
Clint Howard?
Yes.
With his son, Dolph Lundgren.
Carrying him on his shoulder down the street.
Clint Howard official on Instagram liked our post about Santa with muscles.
He didn't fucking listen to it then, did he?
I think at the end though we did say that he was our favourite character. So
Oh, that's true.
If he stuck it out for 2 hours, he might have got to hear that.
So, Ghost of Christmas Past. Someone who was a popular action hero in the past.
I was thinking actually of Stallone because he's also been in Carl Weathers' past.
Yes.
And we could just rehash footage of them two duking it out.
Running along the beach and
having hugs.
It's like Back to the Future Part 2. We're going into other films.
Yeah.
So we see Carl Weathers and Stallone in their tiny shorts running up the beach. And then we superimpose Carl Weathers in a wee willy winky hat and gown next to it. And Stallone, I don't know what the Ghost of Christmas Past wears. Maybe he's dressed like the mom from Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. So he shows him basically all of his old films, does he? He shows him like Rocky, shows his arm getting cut off in Predator.
Yeah. It shows him Action Jackson, the whole film.
He's like, hey, remember where you are? We'll go off.
Carl Weathers doesn't speak like that.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. He does when he's eating a mouthful of...
Christmas pud.
Mouthful of Christmas pud.
Hurrah for the Christmas pud.
Then we get to Ghost of Christmas Present. Maybe this could be Scott Adkins.
Yeah, like not a past action star and modern action star. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it. Is he dressed as Yuri Boyka?
No, he's dressed as he's got a big beard and a dressing gown on, like the Ghost of Christmas Present does in all of them.
Oh right, okay. I was thinking Brian Blessed for this one.
He's not a bloody action star.
Yeah,
He actually should have played this character in a proper Scrooge film, not this shit.
Oh right, okay. Okay, so we've gone little Scott Atkins.
What's he fucking showing him?
Well, he's cock-a-doodle-doo.
He's got his dressing gown open.
He's got it on backwards.
Hi Scott, we'd like you to come in and play the Ghost of Christmas Present alongside Carl Weathers. You will have to do full male nudity.
Yeah, it's like why? So we don't know.
It's like because you're wearing a dressing gown.
Yeah, because we thought it'd be good. Yeah, actually wearing it backwards, that wouldn't reveal that at all, would it?
He'd have his little Christmas arse out, wouldn't he?
His Christmas bud.
There's a couple of Christmas puds. You don't want to know where he's put the 50p.
Gripped tight.
Just falls out every now and then, hit the floor.
Whenever there's action scenes.
I think the Ghost of Christmas Past bit as well. We go and we see old Fezziwig. He has to go back, don't he, to his first, before he was an actor.
Yeah, who's that going to be?
Fezziwig.
Yeah. What's Fezziwig do?
He's the owner of, he's like a brewery or some shit where Ebenezer Scrooge works when he's a young man.
Ray Winston.
Oh, it's a bit of a geek. I wish. Oh, what about Danny DeVito?
Done.
Danny DeVito.
It's close enough to Ray Winston, isn't it?
They're getting ready for their Christmas party, and a load of ninjas turn up to attack, and we get a big ninja fight with Carl Weathers, Danny DeVito. And that's where he meets his, the girl that he likes.
Who, Danny DeVito?
Belle, her name is.
Belle DeVito. That sounds like a biscuit.
It sounds like expensive ice cream.
Yeah, it does. It sounds beautiful. That.
Yeah.
I'd eat some of that. I'd eat myself some Belle DeVito.
Belle was the Ebenezer Scrooge's love interest that fucked off because he liked money too much.
Oh, yeah, which is actually part of the reason that Thumbelina wanted to marry Mr. Digger, because he's so good with money.
We could play Belle alongside Carl Weathers, his love interest. She obviously sees him attacking Ninja and falls immediately in love with him.
Well, that's exactly how you get women in action films.
Cynthia Rothrock?
Oh, don't you bring her in.
Why not?
Okay, you can. I can't think of a single reason not to.
Then they all start dancing. We get a big dance number now with Carl Weathers, Cynthia Rothrock, and Danny DeVito.
There's some high kicking.
Goes to Christmas Present, and we find out that we go and have a look at Bob Cratchit. Who's him? Fucking
Clint Howard.
This is when we see him walking up the street with Dolph Lundgren on his shoulder.
Poor little Dolph. Using Clint Howard as a crutch.
Oh, Ron does.
That's the other way around.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Ron uses him as a footstool.
Yeah, Scott shows us that Tiny Tim's very sickly.
By punching him in the abs.
Dolph Lundgren in a tiny Victorian house.
A little chimney sweep's hat on.
Yeah, so Carl Weathers obviously says, I'm going to,
shoot that motherfucker.
When I wake up, I'm going to, make sure he gets the help he needs. Tiny Tim, he's fucking 7 foot tall.
But if he dies, he dies.
Yeah, but he goes and sees Fred, his nephew.
Yeah, who we got as Fred? Carl Weathers' nephew.
How about Rick Moranis?
Yeah, done. Is it his nephew or his brother?
It's his nephew.
Oh, is it?
It's his.
I get confused with Bill Murray and Scrooge. That was.
He had a sister called
his brother. Wasn't it? Fanny.
Fanny.
Stick it up your fanny.
Fanny Scrooge. You were in that film, weren't you?
That's a medical condition.
Fanny Scrooge is a girl that won't put out. No, yes, his sister's son. I don't know who can play Fanny.
I can. I've always had good feedback.
You're going to play Carl Weathers' sister, are you? Right, stick your name down. Can be wild.
I can do it. I can do this. Christmas.
So Rick Moranis is your son.
Yeah, people often think that he is.
Obviously says to everyone how much he likes old Uncle Carl Weathers.
Hang on a minute. I'm not even in it, am I? That's
funny. You're in it in the past episode bit, yeah.
Really? My Fanny's in this film?
Yeah.
On
full display for everybody.
Where are we then? What are we doing?
He's gone to Fred's house. Fred says how much he likes him, and everyone else says no, he's a fucking prick. And Scrooge is upset by that everyone has this opinion of him.
Does he shed a tear? Or do you think Carl Weathers probably wouldn't shed a tear?
He punches an elderly relative.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he shed someone else's tears.
He picks Grandma up and cracks her over his knee, the back.
Good.
There's a fight scene at Fred's party. Someone gets a bit too drunk, offends Fred, Rick Moranis, and it's a fight scene. Rick Moranis and all of the guests just having a brawl. Scott Adkins helps out with his fucking dick waving, and
is he able to, being a ghost? I thought they couldn't see them or interact, but yet you've got Carl Weathers breaking Granny's spine.
They can interact.
Well, we're breaking the rule.
Yeah.
Done.
So we've got fucking Carl Weathers, Ebenezer Scrooge. We're definitely breaking the rules here.
We'll do it. We'll possibly CGI the whole thing, so as not to hurt Rick.
And then Carl wakes up, goes to Christmas yet to come. He's in the room.
Who is it? Who's there?
I think it's just it's a figure in a hood with his face covered, isn't it? Just needs to be tall and thin. Just a big fucking, maybe Stephen Merchant. He's tall.
He is, yeah. Okay.
Stephen Merchant goes to Christmas yet to come. That's imposing, isn't it?
Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Stephen Merchant,
Danny DeVito,
Clint Howard.
Hang on, is it Carl Weathers going to be called Ebenezer Scrooge in this?
What do you want him to be called?
Carl Weathers, Sheriff.
Done. He's got a double-barreled name. His double-barreled name is Sheriff Carl Weathers Ebenezer Scrooge. It's in multiple barrels.
In the description, I'm just going to put, and in the Ebenezer Scrooge role, it's Carl Weathers as Captain Carl Weathers.
Captain Carl Weathers. Yeah.
Everyone else is still called like Bob Cratchit and stuff.
Can they still call him like Scrooge? But but he's just not. He's just wearing his police outfit all the time.
Yeah, he's a sheriff's outfit, and everyone calls him Captain Carl Weathers.
Even when he's got his wee Willy Winky outfit, it's still still got the badge on it.
Maybe he's got the wee Willy Winky hat over his cowboy hat
when he's in bed.
Or maybe a wee Willy Winky hat in the shape of a cowboy hat.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Maybe just a police uniform, but with like pajama style, like
just a really long shirt. Yeah. Really long police shirt. It's not tucked in. How about that?
Yeah, and he's got the red long johns on underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
It's a good look. I hope he's happy with it.
And yeah, so obviously, Christmas yet to come. Tiny Tim's dead. See Bob Cratchit carrying his coffin. Just him.
Yeah, poor old Tiny Tim. He never stood a chance.
Yeah, he's just bending down at his grave. He's very upset, obviously. Cut to...
I think we could have Ron Howard also attending.
Who's he?
Uncredited cameo.
Yeah, as the brother of Bob, the brother of Bob.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, Ron.
Rob Cratchit, or just Ron Cratchit.
Yeah, maybe Carl and they watch Bob Cratchit talking to the grave, and then he starts obviously digging putting the dirt back over the grave. Carl Weathers and the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come turn and start walking away, and in the background you just see Ron just hit Bob over the head with the shovel and just roll him into the grave as well.
Can you see Dolph Lundgren's hand come back out of the soil, like his fist or something?
Drag Bob down with him.
Just replaced him. I don't know. Just
in his tiny outfit.
Sits up like the Undertaker. Dolph Lundgren.
There's a fight scene then between Dolph Lundgren and the Howard boys.
Yeah.
Zombie Dolph Lundgren against Clint.
Takes them both. It's a reimagining of a classic.
Yeah, I think all of them, like some of the other zombies pop up as well. So it's Ron and Clint Howard versus three zombies. One of them being Dolph Lundgren,
and the other two, Christmas Ferratu.
Yes, Nicolas Cage as Christmas Ferratu.
He's risen from the grave once again.
And the other one's that kid who couldn't get a wheelchair. He don't do much.
He doesn't even rise from the grave. He's just
trying to claw his way out.
he's just still in the grave.
Yeah,
and they just cover him back up.
So you get that fight scene then, and then after that ends,
it's action packed, isn't it? This,
yeah. Carl Weathers looks round and he sees that the ghost of Christmas Yet to Come is pointing to another tombstone, and it says on it, Captain Police Chief Carl Weathers.
Oh, that's his worst nightmare.
Yeah, he literally shits himself.
I think he'd be all right with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've got that. He shits himself.
And then wakes up in his bed. The spirits did it all in one night. He opens the window.
Has he shit the bed?
Well, yeah, but only a festive shit. Got some tinsel on it.
Okay, then that's not a problem. Hope he hasn't got any on his baubles.
Looks out the window. Excuse me, boy, what day is it?
Who's playing this? Got to be a cameo, this boy.
Little cameo from Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, yes.
And he says...
hey, hello, Mr. Scrooge. It's Christmas Day.
He's like, Christmas Day, the spirits did it all in one night. But of course they can. They can do whatever they want. And Van Damme says, it's very good. You're doing very well.
Yeah. And he flips a coin and says, go to the shop and buy me the biggest fuck-off boiled goose.
Yes. I want a goose bigger than your mama, he says.
So he says, okie dokie.
Brings one out. They do a big musical number through the streets like they do in the Albert Finney Scrooge.
Yep.
They're all like ringing bells. He sees Fred in the street, old Rick Moranis.
What about Fanny? Is Fanny out in the street?
No, Fanny's dead.
Oh, that's a shame. I like Fanny.
He gives some presents to him, says he'll be there for Christmas lunch.
Make sure you've booked the yacht club.
Yes.
Christmas luncheon at the yacht club.
It says, here's some presents for you and for that old woman who had the broken back. And he's like, how did you know about that? And then off he goes dancing down the street with everyone.
Yeah, and there's
gets over to Bob Cratchit's house. He's going to give him a raise and he's going to make sure Tiny Tim's okay. And you know, like at the end of Muppet Christmas Carol, they're all sitting round at the table singing that bit you like.
Yeah.
That's going to happen now. And you see like all the characters from the film all sitting around singing. You've got Carl Weathers. You've got Clint and Ron Howard. Ron's tipping something dodgy looking into Clint's drink.
Coleslaw.
He's got a...
I thought you... No, sorry, you said drink. Yeah. I thought you were going to say pants.
No. Coleslaw pants. Get that name down as well. That's a Marvel superhero pitch, that one. Get that one down.
Typical Ron Howard.
Yeah, he's got a little bottle with a skull and crossbones on it. He's tipping it into his the contents into Clint's drink as he's singing. You've got Tiny Tim, obviously. He's there on Scrooge's knee.
Throw his crutch away.
Yeah, and does a somersault.
Yeah.
In Scrooged. He's on Carl Weathers' knee as we pan across the table. Rick Moranis is there with his wife and the broken back woman. You got your Fezzy Wig, old Danny DeVito's there. Got Mrs. Cratchit, Ron's wife. Sorry, Clint's wife.
Yeah. That causes enough trouble in real life. You're going to get them mixed up in the film.
You got the Ghost of Christmas Past.
Stallone.
He's trying to eat with his boxing gloves on. You've got the Ghost of Christmas Present, Scott Adkins with his knob out, just singing.
His Christmas pud.
Yeah. Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come with a big straw, drinking his drink. Still can't see who it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got the zombies as well from the... you got Christmas Ferratu. He's sitting there eating a child, a street urchin.
He's eating Jean-Claude Van Damme, who's brought the goose and is now being devoured by Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, that's it. And then, because it's Christmas, and to round it all off, you've got the corpse of the child from Christmas Ferratu. But because it's Christmas, he's finally got his wheelchair. I mean, he is dead still, though. So
There's a knock at the door. They open it, and it's the ice cream bunny, and he kills them all.
Or they all just get their guns out and just shoot him dead.
Or they all kill him.
That's what I mean.
don't know.
They all get their
What's
guns.
more plausible?
They've all got machine guns and just eviscerate him. They all do their yeah in the air, and it freeze frames, and then credits roll.
How Christmassy is that, though? We've really done that beautifully.
It's a tale as old as time with cast as old as time.
Yeah, that's an old cast, isn't it? We've done that.
Yeah, we better get cracking on getting this fucking sorted before some of them fucking pass away.
Oh, come on. That's not going to happen.
No one kills Carl Weathers except Carl Weathers.
Yeah, he can't be bothered.
And let's bring this film pitch to an. Oh, go on.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's as festive as it's going to get, and it's far better than the film we've watched.
To say, do you guys agree with that? Do you think that A Christmas Carol, a Carl Weathers classic, is better than Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny?
I like that. Are we going to call it that?
A Carl Weathers classic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant.
Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny, is it something that you guys are going to be watching now from now until the end of your lives?
Well, not constantly. Like after it finishes, just press replay until you die. That's hell itself.
Where does it rank for you amongst Christmas classics, Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny? Let us know. The email address is badmoviecult@gmail.com. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. If you want to discuss this week's episode with other cult members, you can. You just need to search for the Bad Movie Cult discussion group on Facebook. All links, as always, will be available in the show notes. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can by simply leaving us an Apple Podcast rating or review. And you can also now do that on Spotify. So if you fancy giving us a 5-star review on there, by all means, please do. It's a massive help, gets other people listening to us and finding the podcast.
Good pods.
And Good Pods, yes, we're also on Good Pods. So follow us on there. You've got Goodreads for books, and you've now got Good Pods for podcasting. So yeah, all your podcasting needs all on one app, Good Pods. Give us a look on there and give us a rating.
And we're literally everywhere, literally all over the shop.
You can't fucking get rid of us. And now I look at another episode in the same week. Jesus Christ, you're going to be sick of us by New Year.
That's if you manage to edit this down to reasonable amount.
Yeah, this might be next year's. You can find all previous episodes as well as written reviews of films not covered on the podcast on our website. That's www.badmoviecult.com. Have we got a review coming up for Christmas, Kenneth?
It should already be out. It's Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 2.
Yes.
Silent, but deadly.
It's an absolute classic of bad movie Christmas films. So definitely give that a read. You can join us again for New Year. Our New Year episode is going to be a Steven Seagal film. Nothing kicks off a year better than Steven Seagal, right, Ken?
You're damn right.
It's going to be Belly of the Beast.
Because after he's fed himself up for Christmas.
Yes.
That's what it is. He's, indulged a little bit.
Also coming up for New Year on the website, we've got our 5 of the best and 5 of the worst films we've seen all year, where me and Ken will rank our top 5 and bottom 5 films. So make sure you check the website. I think we should change that. You've got to change the name of it. People are upset saying 5 of the worst because, in the world we live in, that's just disrespectful. And plus, it's only opinion, and it's like 5 of the not best. But well done for trying. Is that what we'll call it? Exactly. Yes, I think so. So as not to hurt feelings. Okay, we'll get on. Plus, it's films that we've seen this year. It's not films that were made this year. That's true. I ain't got time to keep up with films that were actually made this year. We've watched loads. Yeah. Incidentally, look out for how many films I have watched this year. I'll be releasing that somewhere as well. Brilliant. Well, we'll all look forward to that. In the meantime, I'll say thank you to my co-host, Ken Bewile, for joining me. Oh, thank you, and have a very merry bastard Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you all, and to all, a good bad movie cult. That all a good shite? We'll go with that. Oh. See you later, everybody. Fight. Whatever. Bye. Really? My fanny's in this film.
Thank you for listening. thing.